December 25th, 2019. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're having a great and safe and warm holiday. My friends on the West Coast, we've got more shifting on this Cascadia plate, and it's stronger than before. The 2 6s and the 2 5 or 3 5-point quakes last week were precursors to the 6.3, and we're getting buoy movement offshore there, Vancouver, and offshore Seattle. The closest buoy is showing the most in wave height change, and this is water column height. This is this station. It's about 300 miles or 300 nautical miles off of Seattle. This green line indicates about a 10-foot shift in this water column height, and it happened very fast. The blue lines are measured in 15-minute increments, the green lines in 1-minute increments, and if you look very closely at the green lines, you'll see red sections, and those are 15-second increments. So very quickly, you had a 10-foot or 3-point-something meter drop in the column height right there. So there's no tsunami warnings out from the national or from the USGS, none at all. But with a 10-foot meter or 10-foot column height change, you could have a couple small waves come in and disrupt some boats tied up and things like that. Shouldn't be anything major, but just be aware of it. The main thing is be aware that the Cascadia is shifting. Now, December's been notorious for some large quakes. The one in 2004 that killed over 300,000 people down in the Sumatra area. Guys, that quake was powerful. Remember the tsunami washing through that area in broad daylight? But we were hit by a gamma ray burst when that quake happened, and it ripped a hole in the upper atmosphere. It hit the earth so hard. One of the strongest possibly that we've ever measured. So again, 9.2 or so quake that was. I don't remember exactly now, but I do remember the tragedy and the large tsunamis washing through the villages and the towns along the coast and then washing everything back out to sea. It was tragic. So we don't want that to happen on the West Coast. So you guys pay attention to it. We've had a quake, not a large one, but it's in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the one that's out in the center, and it comes together right there with the quake that runs through the Mediterranean. What you've got is that quake, the area in the Atlantic Ocean, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, is separating, and it's the North American continent is moving right to left in here, and it's breaking off this section, or it has broken off that tip of the Pacific plate. The Pacific plate is pushed under the Atlantic plate, and that tip where it's broken off there between Queen Charlotte Sound and all the way down into California is a major problem. All of that activity that's pushed under the North American plate here ends up with the mountain ranges like Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier and all of those volcanic mountains, and that grinding underneath that, guys, is where you get that lava formation and that pressure, and that's how these mountains were built. But again, Merry Christmas, guys. Just keep your eyes on this area. You've got a lot of folks that could be affected by a major quake here. It's a heads up. Be safe.